are from Take 3 Productions, and we have the Take 3 podcast up and
Hey,
running.
it's off the rails already.
We had a false start because YouTube likes to be slow on us. But to start it off, someone is back from a very long hiatus. Harvey Dreyer, how are you doing, sir? The founder of Take 3 Productions.
I'm doing good, thank you. How are all of you guys doing? I've missed you.
It's 15 in British.
We missed you, Ron Weasley.
All right, so we have the same.
Sod off.
We have the same guest that we had on from last week. It is Chris Clark himself because he has to talk about Bond, isn't that right?
How you guys doing? Let's rock this again.
Oh wait, and even farther away from the camera this time, much better.
Yes.
And also Jacob London, the so-called champ, getting called out earlier by Michael Campbell. How are you doing?
Look, these people who are calling out the champ, I can't even do this. I'm good. I am actually good. I'm good. I can't even do this. I'm losing it. I need to actually get in the mindset. No, I'm good. Let's just move on. It's going to be a good show.
All right, something to know. I think Jacob needs to move on from his facial hair. Kristen Smith, how are you doing today?
I need to shave. I need to
Great.
shave. Way too lazy though.
I'm doing great.
Yeah, I guess you're doing great. Matthew Kearns, how are you doing today with your new Jurassic Park hat?
Yes, I'm doing really well too. I just gotta say, Jacob, are those shades the closest thing you have to a belt? Is that why you put them on, or?
Oh, we're not going there. We are not.
Okay, well, starting off with the news today, finally introducing Kees Cornelis. Have you seen any movies this week? I'm interested.
Have I seen any movies? I've seen some last week. I think, yeah, I saw Valerian, which was... it was good. I liked it. Yeah, no, it was a fun movie in terms of a sci-fi movie, really creative. But in terms of like story and love story, especially, it was very Attack of the Clones like. So
yeah,
I'm very split on the movie, and I've read a part of Rebel Rising. I'm like 170 pages in, which is a fine book sell for it.
All right, well, kick us off with the news.
The news. First off, a sad news story that we have to address. And sadly, I don't know the actor's name because I only know him as Cornelius Fudge from the Harry Potter franchise. Because, yeah, the actor who portrayed Cornelius Fudge in the Harry Potter franchise passed away, which is really sad, of course. He was a very good part, actually, of those movies. The first 5 movies he was in, I think. And... yeah, he was good, and he will be missed. Any Harry Potter fans? Oh, yeah, Kristen.
Yeah, that's me. No, I'm not as familiar with the rest of his work. I know that he is well known as kind of a character actor, and the people who are familiar with his work are, I know, very deeply touched by this his passing, but he was 91, so at least he had a very full life. And honestly, I cannot remember, or I don't believe that he was 91 when he died, because these movies didn't come out that long ago, and he still looked pretty good. So, but yeah, it's just cool that at least he had a good long life, and we've got a lot of very fond memories to remember him by.
That is true. Actually, yeah, when I think of it, his last movie was Order of the Phoenix, which was 2007, 10 years ago. So he was 81 in that movie. He didn't really look like an 81-year-old in that movie.
He was doing pretty good.
Exactly. So another Harry Potter fan here, I believe, is Evan.
Not as big as a Harry Potter fan as obviously the others, but it's always sad whenever you hear someone passes away. It's good that he ended up living a long life and he got to do something that he loved, which was acting. So this is more of a celebration than rather, a sad day, to say the least.
Yeah, indeed. That's actually pretty well said, which surprised me a little bit of you, Evan. Anyway, Matt, I also know that you are a Harry Potter fan, so...
Yes, I am. Again, like Kristen said, I didn't look up the actor, so he could have been in something that I know, but I really only know him from Harry Potter, and he was really good. He, the character, when you look at him, is one thing, but you kind of you're kind of like, he's such a dick because he doesn't believe that Voldemort's back until he sees him. But you're like, it's kind of like aliens existing and the government knowing it. It's like, just because they heard from one person, they can't go spouting off that aliens exist or else everything will go to mayhem. So you kind of understand Fudge was backed into a corner with it. So, and I mean, I can't believe dude was 81. He did not look it.
He's 91. 91.
No, 81
81
in
when he
his
filmed
last
the last movie.
Harry
Yeah.
Potter
Oh,
movie.
sorry. I thought you meant. Sorry.
I mean, he's in one of my favorite Harry Potter scenes, which is it's when the Ministry comes running in after Dumbledore and Voldemort's battle. Just his face of like, oh crap, he's back. Fuck. Like it's yeah. So I condolences to him and his family.
Indeed. And now that Jacob is back, I know that you're a Harry Potter fan, so share your thoughts on this story.
Look, it's it's terribly sad when an actor dies, but 91. I'm happy. I'll be happy if I get 91. It's a good innings. He was great. He was an awesome Cornelius Fudge. I'm kind of disappointed we never got to see that scene in Half-Blood Prince where he does resign, basically, or not resign, but gets fired. But no, he was great in the movies. He's great. So yeah, sadly missed.
Indeed. Now, as the only Brit in this panel, Harvey, your thoughts?
You know, he was 91 years old, yeah. He's had a huge life, but, it was always sad to see not just an actor, but, another person. And I'm not really too familiar with his body of work other than Harry Potter. But, I'm sure he's graced the stage. I'm sure he's graced many other cameras. So it's a shame, But these things happen, you saw 2016, so many actors and celebrities dying. These things happen, you gotta
Pour one out for 2016.
Yeah. 2017 also is not
John-
very
So great so far.
so far. Chris Clark, last person to share your thoughts.
This guy was an amazing talent when you saw him in the Harry Potter films. Like, he's a great British actor. His name is actually Robert Harvey.
There we go.
Robert Hardy. There we go. We got his name out there. He was a fantastic actor. As Cornelius Fudge, as Jacob said, there's this great scene at the beginning of Half-Blood Prince we never got with the exchange of the order, where he got literally fired by this guy that came out of the fireplace. It's an interesting and it's a great scene. That whole opening, the Half-Blood Prince got omitted, but it's a sad thing, but that's what movies are. He will be greatly missed. He's one of those great British actors that you don't see very often anymore, and there's not many left. That's what I have to say.
All right. So we have to move on from that story. So let's move on to probably the biggest story of this week, or one of the biggest stories of this week. Chiwetel Ejiofor is cast as Scar in the live-action Lion King. Now, I'm still against this movie. I still don't want it to happen, but I actually do think this is pretty good casting when I thought a little bit of it. I do wonder, Evan, you're a big Disney fan. What are your thoughts?
I'm a big fan of these remakes in general, and Disney just keeps knocking it out of the park with these casting. We just keep moving on from great actor to great actor, and great actor, great actress, great director, and that's just what this Disney cast keeps doing. And they're good picks too. It's not like you're throwing, Jake Lloyd in as Scar. It's you're throwing Chiwetel Ejiofor in as Scar. Disney's doing something right with this Lion King movie for sure.
All right. I do wonder, Harvey, we haven't heard anything of you for the past few weeks, so we don't really know what you think about Lion King. So, your thoughts?
Yeah, I'm against the remake. I'm just against
reimagining.
Just leave it. Just leave it. There's just a money grab. That's what it is.
Thank you.
It's Disney trying to make even more money, which they don't need. I'm not surprised Disney going out for the big stars. He's very menacing. Serenity was very good, very menacing in that. So, he's a good actor. We'll see.
Indeed. Kristen, your thoughts?
I really enjoy the majority of these reimaginings. And I think that they've got a really good guy for this part because he's got a great voice. And the thing that you need for Scar is just a guy who can like have that commanding presence, and he can give you chills just with his voice. And I think he's got that down, so that's good. He's also just a fantastic actor, and so I think they chose really, really well for this. And the casting for this movie is just like 100%. Every time they announce someone, I'm like, oh shit, that's a great choice. So, I mean, for me, like this movie, I'm really hyped for it, and I think it'll be really good when it comes out.
All right, Jacob.
Well, let's first off, he hasn't been confirmed yet. It's still in talks. So it's not confirmed, but it will most likely happen. The other thing is, sorry, you don't like this because it's a money grab. Star Wars is a money grab.
Yeah, I hate that argument.
Avengers is a money grab. Sorry, movies are made to make money.
Yeah.
Don't get this argument of, it's just a money grab. A money grab was them buying Star Wars for $4 billion. That was a money grab. So, don't then complain about the fact that they're making a new Star Wars movie.
No, but
so
that's new content. That's new content. This Lion King, it could be exactly the same as the old Lion King.
Was Beauty and the Beast though? No.
I haven't seen Beauty and the Beast.
Was Force Awakens exactly the same as?
Oh no, they had the same structure.
Yeah.
That was not the same story.
Jungle Book was a good
I
retelling.
am just saying that every film is technically a money grab. So, moving on from that point of view, I like it. I kind of was looking forward to the rumor that Hugh Jackman was cast, but I guess they wanted to go Chiwetel Ejiofor, which is a great choice. He was really fantastic in Serenity as a villain, so I guess this will be cool to hear him as a villain here. I don't know. I've been on record saying that I'm not that looking forward to this movie in particular because I'm not a massive fan of Lion King in the first place. So I'm not that excited for this one, but look, it'll be good. Hopefully, the only reason I'm looking forward to it is Jon Favreau's directing it, and I really enjoyed Jungle Book. So.
Yeah, after those heathenous comments, not just kidding. I just love The Lion King way too much. I do want to say, look, if we say money grab, yes, okay, Star Wars is a money grab because it makes money, because movies are made for money. But there is a difference between making a movie that is actually entertaining and good and also makes money because, of course, it's made for that. And then you have movies that are made, that one thing was popular once. Let's just remake it because it will once again be popular, right? And it's like, God damn it, don't change something that we love from the past that you probably won't improve on now. And while I do have
again,
no,
Star Wars.
Let me talk for a second. What I do want to say is that in the case of Beauty and the Beast, it actually did work. I actually thought the new version was better than the old one, and that's just my opinion. Anyway, moving on from that, Chris Clark, your thoughts on this casting?
Well, there's not much I can really add to what everybody said. I can't say I'm really excited for the Lion King movie, but that's not really the story. I'm focusing on Scar. He's going to eat up the scenery as Scar, and I cannot wait for his version of Be Prepared. That's going to be so epic and glorious. That's really all I have to add to that, to what you guys said. He's gonna have a lot of gravitas.
Oh boy, thank you, John Ronco, for that.
Everybody drink.
All right, one more. I think that is Matt. You haven't given your thoughts yet.
No, I haven't.
All right.
I mean, I guess to talk about the movie itself, or again, the casting, as I said before, I'll say it again. I want this movie to be shot on location in Africa with real lions. That way it is really a live-action Lion
Some people get
King.
mauled to death.
Okay. Now, on to the casting. I mean, I'm really interested. I love the original film. and I love Jeremy Irons. It would have been great to have him back, but I knew James Earl Jones was their one. You get the one actor from the original.
Everybody gets one.
Good choice, but I haven't seen a lot of Chadwick Boseman. I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. I haven't seen all of his work. Like, I haven't seen Serenity, so I'm really interested in seeing, because Jeremy Irons was able to go toe to toe with James Earl Jones.
Not Chadwick Boseman. This is Chiwetel Ejiofor.
It's
a different guy.
Right.
Chiwetel Ejiofor is the guy in The Martian. Chadwick Boseman is Black Panther.
That's
almost there, man.
The reason why I was watching 42 today, so I was thinking Chadwick Boseman. That's my bad. But the thing with Jeremy Irons was able to go toe to toe with James Earl Jones. I'm hoping that can happen, because Scar is able to stand up to Mufasa in a way. I mean, he kills him, so it's like you have to get an actor who can believably
Spoiler alert!
do that. Oh, I'm so sorry. Spoilers for. I mean, hey guys, Bambi's mom gets shot in the first 10 minutes.
Oh no!
Letting you all know.
Oh my god!
Also, man is the villain in that movie.
We only have mentioned Serenity for his acting credits, but he's been in some like really amazing movies, guys. He was in my favorite movie of 2013, 12 Years a Slave, and that movie, like, for acting, was just ridiculous. So I think he's got it. I don't think
the only reason I mentioned Serenity was because he was a villain in Serenity.
Yeah.
Whereas in like everything else, he's been the hero. So that was
Zachariah. He was a villain in that movie. If you guys watched Z for Zachariah, I don't remember what else he's been in a villain in, but
The Martian, in a way.
He was in Children of Men, but I don't remember his part in Children of Men.
He was a villain in that.
Yeah, and then he will probably be a villain in the next Doctor Strange, potentially.
As Mordo.
So I think that he's got the chops for it for sure.
Indeed. Now,
Matthew Broderick.
About 12 Years a Slave. I think that is kind of overrated. What? Okay.
Shame.
Next,
it's a beautiful movie.
Shame.
News story.
It's the best movie of a terrible year.
It was a bad year.
It sucks. Anyway, next story is episode 9 gets a new writer. Apparently, Colin Trevorrow is not writing episode 9 anymore. Someone else is. I didn't really see the name because I, once again, did not really have a whole lot of time to look up news stories. But I actually am not in the know about this, so I'm just going to pass it on to the biggest Star Wars fan on this panel. Chris is not here, so it's going to be Matt.
This is really interesting, because for the longest time it was going to be just like how JJ had written Force Awakens, Rian Johnson had written Last Jedi. Colin Trevorrow was going to write it. I don't think Colin Trevorrow is dropping out of director, but it just makes me interested of what is going on behind the scenes. Does this have to do with Carrie Fisher? Does this... Did they have the story and everything? They're like, we need to bring someone in who can write, maybe write Leia out or something, So it's more I'm interested, because I don't know how Colin Trevorrow is as a writer. I've seen Jurassic World. I'm not sure if he had any story or writing cred on that, but it is interesting. But more so with Han Solo stuff, it's more just interesting with what's going on with Lucasfilm and Disney right now. That's the more interesting thing that this story brings up for me.
Yeah, that's true. Now, I do know that Jacob knows a thing or two about Colin Trevorrow, and I think he has something to say about this. So, Jacob.
All right. So I kind of agree with what Mark was saying on Jedi Council yesterday about it. I can't remember. Anyway, one of the people on the panel yesterday at Jedi Council was saying a chance that Colin Trevorrow and his writing partner, Derek Connolly, there's a chance that, they've been invested in this script so much for a year and a half now that it's hard. It would be hard for them to walk away and have to rewrite it now that Leia's most likely not now that Leia's no longer in it. So. Mm-hmm. and who knows, the last 6 months could have been spending, okay, and rewrite it and find a way around it, and they just haven't been able to crack it. So someone else is coming in to help them write it. Now, to me, that is the most likely scenario. That's this theory that I subscribe to the most, because I do genuinely believe that Star Wars, that Lucasfilm and Kathleen Kennedy and them issues with Han Solo, I do trust in them. Now, we have not heard any issues at all with Rian Johnson and The Last Jedi. There has been no issues whatsoever
that we know of.
And but even yes, well, I'm sure there are issues, they're dealing with them well. There hasn't been the big blow up the same that there was with Rogue One, and the same that there have been with Han Solo.
Also,
now,
Force Awakens
as well. Yes, there was they did fire the writer before they started the film. So look, I have faith in that this has just simply come down to two writers have become attached to their work, that they can't figure out how to write Leia out of the movie or not have Leia in the movie, because from all intents and purposes, she was meant to be in the film. So that's my reasoning.
Yeah, that's solid reasoning. I'd say I still am wondering what they'll do with Leia, because it's still an issue, because I've been hearing stories. I don't know. Chris Clark, your thoughts?
Well, you guys hit on a lot of things. This isn't really new news. Like, of course, the news of it changing to writers is surprising. But if you look at Rogue One, Force Awakens, Han Solo, this has all happened before. It's just a pattern with Disney. I wouldn't assume anything more than just he's letting the writing duties off a bit, because Carrie Fisher's passing did kind of screw the movie over somewhat. It had to have. They had to have had huge plans for her character, and they're just trying to piece together something without a huge piece. And it's probably, I can just imagine the filmmaking aspect and how much of a nightmare it is. So I sympathize with everybody involved. If they are changing writers, good. I mean, they've done it in the past and it hasn't been bad, so I don't see the problem. That's what I have to say.
Okay, Harvey. Also, I do wonder what your thoughts on this are, because we haven't talked to you in a while.
I am over the moon. I really am, because I've just been looking, and Colin Trevorrow did have a screenplay credit for Jurassic World, and I hated that movie with a passion.
Whoa!
I really did. I could not stand that movie at all. So yeah. But no, I'm really happy. I was disappointed that Rian Johnson isn't writing episode 9, because that would have been quite a coup, because I love Rian Johnson. But best of luck to the guy who's got to write this thing now, because that's a pretty big effort. Yeah.
All right, and let's throw it to Evan.
Okay, here's the thing. I think they were looking to take him off the script, but now they kind of had a reason to take him off of the script. 3 words: Book of Henry. That was one of the people are calling that the worst film of the year. I haven't seen it, so I can't make that judgment call, but there are critics who are calling that the worst film of the year. So I think that has to do in parts of it. Like, that probably ties into the whole situation. It's one of, like, Disney probably had their pro-con. Kathleen Kennedy had her pro-con list. She goes, pros, cons. And in her pro list was Book of Henry was a piece of crap. So I think that has some part in it, but it's probably more so the Princess Leia thing than Book of Henry. But I think that has some influence over it to add in a new point into it.
Kristen.
The only thing, can I just want to counter Evan's thing. The only thing about that is I have read and heard from sources that Disney had seen Book of Henry, because Book of Henry was finished like literally about a month or 2 after Jurassic World. Like, Book of Henry's been done for ages, and Disney did know about that before they signed on Colin Trevorrow. So I don't think Book of Henry's got anything to do with it.
That's interesting.
Then
I think it's pretty much been covered by now. Like I think that people are making a big deal about this. This happens pretty frequently where someone has to come in and do some rewrites or, fix up some scenes. Sometimes the original writer just doesn't, they can't finish what they started. There's, they're too in deep with it. It happens in books as well. That's why people have editors and, stuff like that. So I think that it's probably for the best if they're bringing in another writer. There's a reason for it, but I'm glad that no one's really been freaking out about this so far, because the last time some weird Star Wars thing happened, everyone lost their minds, and then it ended up not really being a big deal after like a day.
To be fair, the last news was, hey, Disney just fired 2 directors 3 weeks before principal photography is finished.
Well, yeah. But everyone freaked out. Everyone freaked out, and then it was like, oh, Ron Howard's on set, and everyone's like, oh, okay, that's fine. Like,
They brought in the guy.
No, still not. That's fine.
Nah, I'm fine with it.
Oh wait,
You're
Something to note real quick. John Boyega tweeted out. No, he had an interview, and he said himself that Carrie Fisher, or Princess Leia that cares for herself, will not be in Episode 9. So we are
General.
That's been confirmed. That's been confirmed since Celebration. At Celebration, Kathleen Kennedy said she will not be in Episode 9.
Yeah, but it's a second
Leia. It will not be in. Yeah, but if Kathleen Kennedy says something, you believe it.
And Benedict Cumberbatch wasn't Khan. Anyway, speaking of John Boyega, he is in the sequel of Pacific Rim, which was set for a certain release date, but it was pushed for another month for some reason. Now, I quite liked the first Pacific Rim. It was a stupid, enjoyable robot movie. I do know that the opinions on that movie on this panel are pretty split. Pushed another month is like, I don't know why, probably to move it more into the summer area, which I think is just to make more box office, because of course these movies are big blockbusters and just they have to make box office. I do wonder, Jacob, you hate this first movie. What are your thoughts?
Okay. So they've moved it from just February 23rd in 2018 to March 23rd, 2018.
Yeah.
Now, the problem with having it in February 23rd, here's where I reckon the issue and why they're moving it. They went, we're opening a week after Black Panther. That Black Panther trailer got a lot of buzz. We're fucked. So they've moved it up. That's to me, that's the opinion. Now they've also looked at it and they've gone, if we move to March, we're opening up against the Robin Hood movie with Taron Egerton, and we're opening a week after Tomb Raider and 2 weeks after A Wrinkle in Time. You're not having the same competition as you would Black Panther, so I think it's a smart move. That being said, look, the little teaser thing that they dropped earlier in the week, last week, I think, was terrible. I'm not looking up to this movie at all. I don't care that it was filmed 100 meters that way. I'm not looking forward to it. I don't care about it. I didn't like the first one. I don't think that it's just, I don't know.
Next one, I do want to Harvey. Your thoughts on the first Pacific Rim and this news?
Well, I'm going to get basically the exact same thoughts of Jacob. I couldn't stand the first one either, to be honest. That stupid Ryan Gosling, Channing Tatum wannabe thing. Oh, no.
Charlie Hunnam?
Oh, I can't. I'm glad that I don't have to even witness this film for another month. I have another month without this film being a thing. So, yes, I'm pretty content. So.
But by the way, Charlie Hunnam in Pacific Rim he was good in King Arthur though. And for the people who haven't seen King Arthur, Guy Ritchie's film that came out this year, which bombed. It was a very good movie. I really liked it.
It's okay.
And Evan, you've seen it as well, so I wonder your thoughts on Pacific Rim 2 being pushed.
it wants more money because it didn't make a lot of money the first time around. So it's just they're trying to be a little bit smarter business wise, which makes sense. It's Hollywood. Hollywood is a business and everything is a money grab, just like Pacific Rim 2. That's it. Mic dropped.
Okay, Kristen.
I think it's just a smart move. I mean, they're moving into a month with maybe a little bit more like volume of competition, but competing against Black Panther is just crazy. So they're making a smart move.
And your thoughts on the first?
I liked the first movie. It was fine.
Thank
I mean,
you.
like it was not the best movie I've ever seen. It was not the worst movie I've ever seen.
It was just a movie.
It was fun for what it was, and I do enjoy giant mechs. So that was great, but it was no Gundam or anything. So.
Chris Clark, we haven't had you yet.
Well, let me just say that the first Pacific Rim I loved. I mean, I'm a sucker for giant monster movies. My favorite movie is a giant monster movie. It was great. Del Toro killed it. But the thing is, the sequel being pushed back, great. I mean, as long as it finally comes out, Boyega's going to kill it. I'm excited for it. I don't think the first one was perfect, but it was still a fun romp, and I'm excited for the sequel.
All right, and the last one, Matt, we haven't talked to you about this.
I mean, this just kind of shows you the power that Marvel movies have, that, you know, this film is moving to a month when there are 3 other competitors, but they do not want to open up against one movie, which is Black Panther. So, I mean, that's just interesting. I mean, the first Pacific Rim, I saw part of it late at night on Cinemax once, and I fell asleep. Not because it was boring, but because it was 1 a.m. and I was like, this looks kind of like Power Rangers. And
Oh my god.
what? I'm sorry, giant robots fighting monsters. The first thing I think of is Power Rangers, all right? And I was like, Idris Elba is in this. I know him from things. And then I woke up, and I think like Semi-Pro with Will Ferrell was on by the time I woke up, so probably not going to see a sequel.
So that happened. Now, next news story that I want to talk about is that Hans Zimmer apparently is scoring Blade Runner 2049. Now, Denis Villeneuve, yes. Blade Runner sequel, yes. Hans Zimmer scoring it, yes. I really want this movie. It's gonna be great. And there's one heathen in this panel, and it's called Jacob London, and he doesn't like Blade Runner. So Jacob.
Okay. I don't know where you got your sources from, because the guy who did Arrival is apparently doing Blade Runner, according to
Johansson.
what I'm looking at.
Wait.
Yeah. So
who told me this before the show started?
Hang on. There is other sources that Hans Zimmer is contributing. So he is not writing the whole score. However, he is going to be helping and contributing to it. So
it wasn't totally wrong.
I'm
like mostly
great because the Arrival score is incredible. So
it is.
Hans Zimmer is awesome. So the two of them working together, it's going to be even better. So look, the music's fantastic, but
he's gone.
Oh,
Yeah,
I think it's one of
Jacob.
overruns all time.
Okay, Jacob, you cut out during your rant on Blade Runner because your internet is fucking
I'm
up.
sorry.
So
I didn't like it, but I'm looking forward to this one because of the director.
All right, I do know that Matt is a big fan of the first one. So, Matt, your thoughts?
Yeah, I'm a big fan. I might be the only person on this panel who's seen every single cut of Blade Runner.
You have.
All right, it's one of my favorite films of all time. I have still not seen Arrival because it's not.
For God's sake.
Well, okay. How about this? If you tell me it's a 6 cut of Blade Runner, maybe I'll see it. But
Sure.
6 cut of Blade Runner.
6 cut of Blade Runner. Go watch it.
Listen, I like Hans Zimmer. I think he makes good music. You know what? You could literally tell me that Tommy Wiseau is doing the music to this movie, and I'm still gonna be excited for it. Just give me the.
No.
Hi, Deckard. Anyway, how is your antibiotic sex life?
No. No.
What just
No.
happened?
No.
Okay.
No.
Moving
No.
on.
That's the actual
No.
6 cut of Blade Runner. Is Tommy Wiseau playing the part of Rick Deckard?
No.
Okay, that happened. How do we move on? Harvey, I know you're a fan of Blade Runner.
Oh, I love Blade Runner.
And Arrival, by the way, for that matter.
I love both of them. Yes. Matt, watch Arrival, please, God. Yeah, no, I love.
Now I'm just not gonna do it because you told me to.
Rebel. Arrival. Yeah, the music for Arrival is brilliant. Yeah. Although my favorite piece of music from Arrival technically wasn't done by Johan Johansson. It was done by Ben Richford or something like that. It's like A Nature of Daylight. That was pretty good. But yeah. But you know, Hans Zimmer. You know, he did The Dark Knight Rises, Inception, Interstellar, Dunkirk. I have them all on my Spotify, and I listen to them all the time because they're brilliant scores. And and also Man of Steel. I forgot Man of Steel. And he did a bit of BVS, but I think so. But yeah, the music is, oh yes. Yeah, I love him. I'm really excited. And yes, I love Blade Runner 2. And
All right, Kristen.
Blade Runner, woo! Like, I love Blade Runner so much. Woo! Hans Zimmer contributing to the score. I don't know how much he's contributing, so it's hard for me to like gauge my excitement levels. He's really good at creating themes, which I think is important because I think whatever his name is, Johansson, is good about creating like ambiance with his scores and soundtracks, but Hans Zimmer is really good about creating the themes that kind of stick in your head and you know, go throughout the movie and create, you know, that moment within the movie that, you know, draws it all together. So I'm assuming that's kind of what they're going for, is you have one guy composing the ambiance of the movie and the other guy composing what they're going to put in the trailer, which is fine. I think that'll work out great. So I'm interested to see what actually is coming out of this.
Indeed. And Matt dropped out of the call, so let's throw it over to Chris Clark.
I will actually take the blame. I gave you this story for Hans Zimmer. My bad. But in all honesty, yeah. But in all honesty, this is still just as good news. Even though that Hans Zimmer is only doing additional music, the guy who did Arrival and him teaming up, that's going to be a soundtrack you can listen to on iTunes forever when you're script writing or when you're stressed. It's going to be fantastic, regardless. And I love Blade Runner. I've seen the original cut and the final cut. I don't think I saw, is it the director's cut or the first
Director's cut and assembly cut.
Yeah, I haven't seen those two, but Blade Runner has such.
Yes, there are 4 cuts.
There were 4
You
cuts.
only need to watch the final cut. You don't even need to bother with the original.
The thing is, Blade Runner just has so much great set design. It's ridiculous, and how it's cut and how it's edited. It's just a beautiful masterpiece, and to have these two masterminds behind this new one is just jaw-dropping, and I cannot wait to see and hear it.
All right, and I believe we haven't talked about this with Evan.
Hi. Okay, so if you look at Blade Runner by itself, you've never heard of this freaking franchise, and you just take a look at the director, cast, composer.
Yeah, because that's what you're doing.
Okay. As I was saying, if you just look at it that way, this movie screams Oscar. Like, this movie screams Oscars. Now, if you put the Blade Runner name on it, and if you add the facts that it's a sci-fi movie, it might take out the facts that it could be potential Oscars. It could have potential for Oscars. Now, look, the story is Hans Zimmer scoring it, blah, blah, blah. Look, that's awesome. Great composer. It's going to be good. And also the Arrival composer did really well on Arrival, which is a movie that Matthew Kearns needs to see. So look, I'm excited about this score, but I'm more interested in the movie, like in the chance, like it's a really good sci-fi movie, like District 9. Will its Oscar chances be clouded because it's part of a quote unquote franchise now? Like, that's what I'm interested in now. Just thinking things through.
I don't know if it is a franchise. I think that will depend on how much money it makes. Now, we're done with the news stories for movie news, but there is one big news story that happened for Take 3 this week. We reached 500 subscribers! And that was awesome. So congratulations, guys. We made it. Thanks to our awesome fans out there. We
You're
love you
welcome.
guys for getting us this far. And up to the next 500 to get 1,000, let's say. And then we go to Jacob for box office prediction.
All right, guys, let's do the box office predictions. This weekend, we got two big movies opening with Stephen King's The Dark Tower and Catherine Bigelow's Detroit. Let's kick her off with Evan, showrunner.
Oh god, I'm scared. Okay, you guys ready for this?
No.
I'm not. Number 1, Dark Tower. Number 2, Dunkirk. 3, Detroit. 4, Girls Trip. 5, Kidnap. Dark Tower makes 21.
Okay. Wait a second.
And John Selvey, look at my Dark Tower review, and you'll know what I think about it.
All right. So, where's the Emoji Movie in this?
No, it's not.
You said 21?
Yeah, for the Dark Tower.
Interesting.
All righty. Harvey, what do you got?
Okay, so
Harvey,
I've got-
your phone. Yeah, sorry.
I'll try and memorize this. Okay, so
You know, I know you're young, but there's these things. They're called pens. And there's these other things, and they're called paper. It's what us old people use to write on.
okay, so
These
Wait.
youngins over here.
one second. I know I've got Dunkirk at 1. With
Whoa!
I
don't know.
Just give us how much Dark Tower makes.
oh,
I'll come back to you. You can
23.
you write down your list.
23.
I'll come back to you.
Like, come back.
I'll come back to you, Harvey. You can write down your list. Matt, how about you go next?
Who?
Ooh. Oh,
So Matt.
okay. So at number 1, because I kind of suck, I said Dunkirk. I've been hearing a lot of stuff. People have been talking about it. I think there are people who haven't gone to see it yet who might go out. I don't know. I suck box office. At number 2, I have Detroit. I'm looking forward to this movie. I think it could be, I've heard some really good things, and I've also heard some really bad things about it. So, at number 3, I have Girls Trip. This is apparently, some are saying, the best comedy of 2017. And I think with all the movies coming out right now, a comedy is, I think, will be profitable. Then I have The Dark Tower. I have been hearing terrible things about this.
It's not that bad.
And I have...
Evan,
Alright,
you don't think any movie is that bad?
Okay.
Great wall.
I have been hearing great things about it. I haven't seen a lot of marketing for it. No one I've talked to recently has talked about, oh yeah, that Dark Tower movie I have to go and see. And then number 5, I have the Emoji Movie. Sure, it has shit reviews, but it's like the only kids movie out now. And it's almost the end of summer, so there are those parents who have done every activity they can possibly do with their kids, and so they just need to shove them into a movie theater, and the Emoji Movie is the only movie out to do that. So, and I think Dark Tower is gonna make 20 million, just because I have it so low down on my list.
What do you got this week?
Whom?
Chris Clark.
Chris?
Oh, okay. I didn't.
What do you got this week?
Okay, cool. I have 1 for Dark Tower at 18 million. Number 2, Dunkirk. Number 3, Detroit at 10 million. Number 4, Emoji Movie, and number 5, Kidnap. I pulled that out of my ass. Hopefully, it's good.
Again. The Dark Tower at 18. Dunk. Then.
Re-say it, Chris.
Go through your list again.
Oh,
You went
I
too
said-
fast. Slow
I said
down.
1, Dark Tower,
18 million.
18 million. 2, Dunkirk.
Yes.
3, Detroit with 10 million.
That doesn't matter.
4, Emoji Movie, and then 5 is Kidnap.
All right. Kristen, what do you got?
Yo, box office. Sorry.
Yeah, got that box off you.
I'm just excited because I think I won last week. So.
Yeah, you did.
Yo, box office. Okay.
Cringe.
Shut up, dude. I can do what I want. All right. All right. So number 5, I actually have Kidnap. Number 4, I have the Emoji Movie. Number 3, I have Girls Trip. Number 2, I have Dunkirk, and just barely beating it out with 18.1, I have Dark Tower.
Oh.
Unfortunately, I don't think Detroit is making the list.
Ooh.
That's a bold statement, girl.
I've heard from people, and
Well said.
I'm in the metro area, and I've heard from people that the premieres have been pretty empty. You'd think that they'd be pretty full for a city that it's about. So
Maybe
Fair
not, because
enough.
maybe people
All right.
don't want to remember it.
Yeah.
It's possible.
All right, Harvey. Were you able to find a pen and paper?
You had to go and ask his grandma for it.
All right. What's your list, Harv?
Okay, so at number 5, I've got Detroit. Number 4, Emoji. Number 3, Girls Trip. Number 2, Dark Tower. And number 1, Dunkirk. And I'm supposed to say what I got Dark Tower as, aren't I?
How much for Dunkirk?
Yeah.
For Dark Tower, how much?
19.
19. All right.
All right. Can you repeat that, please?
Oh. Detroit at number 5.
Yeah.
Number 4, Emoji Movie.
Yeah.
Number 3, Girls Trip.
Yeah.
Number 2, Dark Tower.
19.
And number 1, Dunkirk.
15 million for.
19 million, yeah.
All right. There we go.
Case, you're up.
You're keeping yourself for last, aren't you?
Yep.
Yay. That's gonna be fun. All right. At number 5, I have Girls Trip. At number 4, I have Detroit. And as I'm typing this, at number 3, I have the Emoji Movie. Because
God.
it's still making money. Then at number 2, we have Dunkirk. And then at number 1, we have the Dark Tower, making a whopping. Oh, hey, Harvey, you said the same number. Okay, I'll go 19.5.
God,
Yeah, but you got a
Bob
different
Barker?
list. So you can say the same number. You got a different list. But I'm going to, well, you just literally stole my list, so I'm going to swap Girls Trip and Detroit around. So, Detroit, okay. Number 1, The Dark Tower with 21 million. Number 2, Dunkirk. With number 3, The Emoji Movie. Number 4, Girls Trip. And number 5, Detroit.
Not a bad list.
Okay.
So, yeah. And that's this week's box office.
Pretty
Should be interesting. So,
pretty shitty week
Evan.
box office.
Oh, yeah. We're really getting to the end of summer now, aren't we? So, Evan.
Okay. So,
Movie.
today we actually have something that makes sense. We are doing a mini tournament of what is the best Bond film, as I am finalizing these seeds, making sure everything.
It's not a
here
debate,
makes
by the way.
sense. What?
I said I'm letting them know that it's not like we're not all debating. Like I don't have one movie, Case doesn't have one movie. It's
No.
Yeah.
This is like the Screen Junkies format for whenever they decide what they're doing and they're silly people. So that's kind of what we're doing. I'm
nice
excited to
backhanded
talk.
comment there, Evan.
Yeah, right.
I'm
So-
stealing their thing that they suck at while they do.
Pure hell.
Okay, moving on. So here's how this is gonna work. I'm gonna be reading off movies to them, and they'll be like, "Yeah, that's a good choice," or they'll be like, "No, that's not a good choice," and then they'll vote for which movie moves on in the tournament, and that's just kind of how it's gonna work.
Okay.
So right now, is everyone ready to go?
Yeah.
Yep.
We have one honorable mention before we get going, and it is the man with the golden gun. I know Chris Clark really wanted to go on like a 5-minute I can't even come up with a word for it. Speech. I'll say speech.
Tirade.
Tirade.
No, lecture. Lecture. There we go. lecture about it.
On this?
Chris Clark,
Oh, okay.
about A Man with a Golden Gun. You have 1 minute.
Let's see. Look, A Man with a Golden Gun isn't a great Bond movie, but it does have a great Bond villain and a great Bond-like premise. Christopher Lee is the reason why we have James Bond, to be perfectly honest, and these guys can attest to that. Christopher Lee's villain just had so much nuance that I think the movie itself is forgettable, but Christopher Lee, it's true when people say an actor saves a movie. Christopher Lee saves that movie and makes him one of the best Bond villains ever. Do you guys have any interjections about it?
No, I mean, just, yeah, Christopher Lee is great. Even if the movie isn't all around awesome, he's Christopher Lee.
I mean,
Come
yes.
on.
Yeah, I'll just say it. The Man with the Golden Gun is the worst Bond movie, and Christopher Lee is fine. I don't care. This movie sucks.
Wow. Hot take. Hot
You
take.
suck.
All right. Let's move on to the first round.
All right, here we go. The first round, we have GoldenEye versus one of the best Kanye samples ever made, The Diamonds Are Forever. Quick conversation about
Who do you
that.
want to go?
GoldenEye. Come on, seriously.
It's gold. It's golden.
It's definitely golden.
Listen,
Everyone's going to say Goldeneye. Look, Diamonds Are Forever is
Abstain.
it's a fun 70s throwback movie. Actually, was it 60s or 70s? I can't even
it's
remember.
72.
But it's a cool. It's 72. Yeah, it's a cool, weird 70s movie. But GoldenEye changed the Bond genre. Like it's redefined. It's one of the most iconic and most famous Bond films. GoldenEye wins.
It is my favorite Bond film, so.
Man, amazing. It's a lot of people's. Let me say, Diamonds Are Forever gets kind of a bad rap for being a little too campy. Like Blofeld, he dresses in drag in that movie. He does, and it's hilarious. Charles Gray kills him as Blofeld, but when you compare it to GoldenEye, GoldenEye had such a solid story, a solid bad guy with Sean. Was it Sean Bean or Sean Penn? It's Sean Bean.
Sean
Sean
Bean.
Bean.
Sean Bean.
One
It had that
example
whole.
of many decks of Sean Bean.
Yep. And the whole 007, 008 kind of
6.
arc with that.
006.
006. My bad. 006
Dude,
arc
even
with that
Bond,
was
bro?
fantastic. I know. Like I just had a stroke. Oh my goodness. I mean, look,
Turning your geek cred.
but look, GoldenEye is a masterpiece. Like it's an unsurrogated masterpiece of action in that genre of spy. Pierce Brosnan kills it. Robbie Coltrane's cameo is one of the highlights of the entire film. You can't go wrong with GoldenEye and the video game. So GoldenEye wins overall.
I mean,
Alright.
this film gave us my favorite Bond, which is Pierce Brosnan. It's amazing, and Sean Bean is in the top 5 Bond villains for me as 006. So,
Okay.
Fantastic.
Anything else to add before we go through votes?
The video game was also fantastic.
Yes.
that it was.
Second Banjo-Kazooie.
That it was.
Spent a lot of time playing that video game when I was younger. So
Okay, well, I'm upset at the lack of Kanye West speaking here. That's
Nobody
fine.
cares.
Chris Clark, what do you vote for?
Oh, I vote for GoldenEye hands down.
All
It's easy.
Jacob, what's your vote?
Goldeneye, hands down. Goldeneye.
Okay. Kristen, what's your vote?
do you even have to ask?
Okay. Matt, what's your vote?
I just said it was my favorite Bond film, GoldenEye.
All right. Kees, what's your vote?
GoldenEye is my second favorite Bond film, so GoldenEye, of course.
Have you just not been listening to me, Evan?
Diamonds
I
Are
know-
Forever is out. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Our next
Still solid movie.
our next competition, we have Goldfinger versus Dr. No.
Oof.
Oh God. Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
Okay, now we're getting difficult.
Okay.
Now we get
This is-
difficult.
yeah.
Okay, thank you.
This is hard.
this is difficult, but there is a
Jacob, you
clear
wanna go?
winner, I'd say.
Also, guys, in the chat, please give us your votes. We want to know here. What do you think? What Bond films do you guys love? So,
Yeah.
what would you vote for in that one? So, fantastic. Dr. No started the Bond movies, but it hasn't aged the greatest.
Let me just say something about Dr. No and Goldfinger.
Yeah.
Goldfinger, after Goldfinger's when Bond got its gadgets. Goldfinger's the reason why we got the Bond girl each time. Goldfinger's why we have the most iconic henchmen that have happened since. Goldfinger has the most iconic James Bond villain and the most iconic James Bond henchman. That's arguable, but I think Goldfinger and Oddjob are pretty iconic in their own right. They're pretty iconic. Dr. No is a great movie, and it's a great start to the franchise. When I watched it again, I was kind of bored by it. It didn't age as well as, let's say, Russia with Love or Thunderball or Goldfinger. I feel like Dr. No just gets lost in the shuffle, and while it's a fantastic Bond movie, it's superseded by Goldfinger on a numerous levels. That's why Goldfinger is my number 1, and it's actually my number 5 favorite film of all time.
All right. No, I will say Goldfinger is the best Connery movie, but Dr. No is indeed a great start. Dr. No started it. It actually is a really good movie. When I rewatched it a while ago, I actually really liked it, but Goldfinger is just so amazing. It's top 3 Bond movies for me. So yeah, Goldfinger wins for me.
I mean, this is I would say, for me, the best of Connery. These are my 2 favorite Connerys. And here's the thing. Like you guys said, Dr. No started Bond. Goldfinger kind of improved upon Bond. You know? I mean, but Dr. No, it has a great villain. It has the, outlandish settings. But like I said, Goldfinger improved on everything. Gave us the gadgets, the crazy henchman, the crazy villain. I mean, the guy paints a woman all gold and kills her. I mean, how crazy.
No, Mr. Bond, I expect you to die.
It has one of the most iconic Bond scenes. So yeah, I mean, it's my number 3 Bond film. So I gotta give it to Goldfinger.
Goldfinger. Dr. No started Bond. Goldfinger defined.
Yeah,
Bond.
that was the word I was looking for when I said improved. It was defined.
Kristen.
Oh, Kristen, yeah.
Okie dokie. All right. The majority of my favorite Bond movies don't have Bond girls in them because I find it demeaning, and I don't like Bond movies that have super stereotypical like that female persona in it. However, Goldfinger is the better movie, so I guess.
All right, Goldfinger.
See, I would counter. Goldfinger doesn't have the Bond girl in Goldfinger isn't.
She's not.
It's
the worst
Pussy Galore, and
one.
she's not. No, she's not the
worst
Bond girl.
one.
She's pretty freaking like.
She's a bad guy.
Her own
She's
persona.
a bad guy.
The bad guy.
Yeah,
He is,
she's
but
Goldfinger's henchwoman. Even at the end in the
it's the whole womanizing thing, the aspect of it that I don't care for so much, and that's
in Dr.
it's a
No
product
more
of
than
its time.
Goldfinger, actually.
it is, but
I mean, she is named Pussy Galore.
correct. Yeah, that's a great.
Which I don't know how they got that past the censors in the 1960s.
Who knows?
Because the 60s was a weird time.
Because
man.
I'm sure most of the men in charge of the MPA were like, Pussy Galore. I like the name, Nasty. It's a good name. It's a good name.
Okay.
See?
Well, with that, and so you guys had a Goldfinger to say no to Dr. No. I had to.
That was terrible.
Okay, the next one that we have is The Spy Who Loves Me versus License to Kill.
Oh!
Okay, you guys can take.
I'm sorry, can I start this? This ain't a fight for me. Spy Who Loved Me is an amazing Bond film. Is Roger Moore's best movie. License to Kill is second only to GoldenEye for me. It is Timothy Dalton's best. It is, for me, the best of the dark Bond movies. I love that it does not have a crazy outlandish villain or plot. It is a personal thing for Bond. He is going after this drug lord that hurt his friends, and he's going to hurt them back. It is a personal story for James Bond, and that is why I love it.
License to Kill.
Okay.
Go for it,
If this fight was Spy Who Loved Me versus Living Daylights, it would be harder. But Spy Who Loved Me versus License to Kill. Spy Who Loved Me is Roger Moore's best film. It's the most fun. It's the Roger Moore Bond film. So when you look at who was Roger Moore as a Bond, Spy Who Loved Me is that film. Whereas in Living Daylights to me is the Timothy Dalton James Bond. And that is why I'm going to say Spy Who Loved Me, but god damn it, that kills me, and I hate you, Evan.
Mm-hmm.
I agree on that, Jacob, because License to Kill is a great movie. I really think that Dalton is an underrated Bond, and definitely both Living Daylights and License to Kill are great movies. However, yeah, Spy Who Loved Me definitely is the best of Moore's Bond movies, and it's my fourth favorite Bond movie, just ahead of actually Living Daylights. License to Kill is a little bit further down on that list, but okay, Spy Who Loved Me wins by a hair for me, but not much.
For me, Spy Who Loved Me is obviously the much more lighter tone of the two. License to Kill and Living Daylights kind of mix and mesh with me, but License to Kill is a really, really grim movie. It's really grim, and you can see how the death of his wife affected him since on Her Majesty's Secret Service. So there is, again, continuity between the Bond films. But in all honesty, you have to go with Spy Who Loved Me. I like License to Kill, but I don't rewatch it that much. That's what I have to say.
I hate all of you right now, and I'm going to find all of you.
I'm sorry, Matt.
Kristen!
Yeah, this is a hard choice because I don't remember these two very well because it's been a long time since I've seen them. So I feel bad for Matt, so I'll go License to Kill.
That's 3 versus 2. That means that
Wait, Harvey didn't vote. Harvey
hasn't seen
these
movies, so that does mean that the Spy Who Loved Me wins.
Wow. Oh no, the next fight.
Uh-oh.
Oh god, there's a fight that's coming up later that you guys are gonna hate. Okay, this next one we have Thunderball versus the Living Daylights.
That's easy.
That's easy.
See, I've already given my answer.
Thunderball.
Living Daylights.
No, it's Living Daylights.
It's Living Daylights.
You like
Second
Living
only
Daylights
to
better.
Pierce Brosnan for me. So yeah, Living Daylights. Even though I think License to Kill is the better Dalton film, Living Daylights is freaking amazing. Okay.
Living Daylights is incredible. It's one of my all-time favorite Bond movies. It is, it's Timothy Dalton at his best. Timothy Dalton, Living Daylights. Thunderball isn't even the best Sean Connery movie, whereas this is the best Timothy Dalton movie. So
I mean, that
that's my
entire
reason.
ending in the desert is just amazing.
Okay, Chris.
And yes, Aha did the music.
No, I do want to say one thing, and that is that Thunderball sucks. I really do not like that movie, so that's my opinion. Kristen.
I'll go Living Daylights as well. Actually, don't care for Thunderball that much.
Oh, God,
it's one of the more forgettable ones for me, and I have a hard time distinguishing between them. So that's saying a lot.
All right.
Oh, wait, let me be the defender of Thunderball here. Thunderball is something that I grew up with because I'm used to watching Goldfinger and Thunderball back to back. So Thunderball with the whole Bahamas kind of scenery and everything, it's a fun movie for my taste. Living Daylights, I've never been a fan of Timothy Dalton. I know he's a little lackluster for me, but that's just my opinion. You guys obviously love him, and that's fantastic. The thing is, his Bond movies are what kind of were pre-Daniel Craig, and they both have taken each other's kind of thematic kind of qualities. Living Daylights is, I think, the movie that is that the movie that he's affected by the death of his wife the most?
No, I would say
License to Kill. Okay, License to Kill is okay. My bad. Sorry. Yeah, so, I mean, out of ignorance, I haven't seen Living Daylights a lot to really give it a good shake, but I'm just going to go with Thunderball because I grew up with it. Sorry about that, guys.
Well, we have one vote for Thunderball, and the rest voted for
Yeah.
I guess you could say that you were maybe in the minority there. That is,
I'm in the minority.
The next two that we have, I don't think you guys are ready for this. We have Her Majesty's Secret Service versus World Is Not Enough.
Are you kidding me?
That's hilarious.
Okay. World Is Not Enough and both Her Majesty's Secret Service are in my top 5, you little weasel.
I think Evan's about to be fired, like, really quick.
Okay, look. I'm actually gonna go. Damn you to hell. Okay, wait 1 second. Look, Her Majesty's Secret Service has the best Blofeld. Telly Savalas eats up the scenery. The whole Sky Lodge, the whole Ski Lodge kind of. You guys don't like him as Blofeld? Okay, well.
I do, but I think Donald Pleasance is better.
Oh, he does, and we'll get to that movie soon. I can't wait to see what you put up against it. Anyway, on Her Majesty's Secret Service, it ends with one of the most darkest endings ever, with the death of his wife. Spoiler alert, much. Anyway, the thing with World Is Not Enough, that it is a popcorn movie from beginning to end. You have so much Robbie Coltrane. You have a great villain. I am sorry, guys. This is pissing me the fuck off. Anyway. Look, I have to go with fucking World Is Not Enough because I ranked it higher than on Her Majesty's Secret Service. But I love Her Majesty's Secret Service. And Evan, we're not friends anymore. Gosh darn it. I'm done. I'm done with this discussion.
Oh man, this is such a difficult choice. Okay. All right, this is going to be my shitty expert reasoning and why I'm going to pick this one. I'm going with On Her Majesty's Secret Service because it doesn't have Denise Richards in it, and she's so terrible as Christmas Jones, like shit. So I'm going with On Her Majesty's Secret Service, but fuck you, Evan.
It's so good.
Okay, it's 1-1, Matt.
Okay, here's the thing. I really enjoyed both of these. I wouldn't say that either one is my favorite, but I'm gonna give the edge to World Is Not Enough because Pierce Brosnan, I think, is still great. Pierce Brosnan, favorite Bond, he still is great. But again, I love the ending with the wife. That's still great. But George Lazenby is nothing compared to Pierce Brosnan as Bond.
Kristen.
The answer is On Her Majesty's Secret Service, and if you don't say it's that, you're wrong. It's my third favorite Bond film, and I'll tell you why. Because I enjoy Bond films from a personal perspective. I mean, I like that they're fun. I enjoy the gadgets. I enjoy the cars. I love cars. Bond has great cars. If they didn't have great cars, I would like them probably 85% less. But On Her Majesty's Secret Service has a great depiction of a woman who impacts the plot in a way that does not make her just like a person who sits there and looks pretty. Like, she has an impact on the plot. She moves the story along, and the ending is fantastic. And it deserves to be on more people's lists. It's a fantastic Bond movie.
All right. So in this case, I'm the deciding vote, and the panel already knows my opinion on these movies because for me it's really easy. I hate On Her Majesty's Secret Service. So
why did you guys do this to me?
The World Is Not Enough for me is so much more entertaining. I cannot stand Lazenby as Bond, and I cannot stand the fact that he marries at the end because that is not Bond's character to me. I just don't like that, and I get that people like it. I get people love it. You guys, no. Let me just speak. I get that you guys love it. That's fine. Enjoy it all you want. I just don't, and I hate this movie. So The World Is Not Enough wins.
Wow.
Evan, that was your fault, not anybody else's.
I can't control it, okay? God,
your fault. Evan, however, you could control it because we could have just easily just done our top 5 Bond films.
No, this is more fun.
We got
Chris in case.
This is more fun.
I'm banning you. I'm blocking you.
Oh,
damn
do it.
Oh my God.
Do it.
This is
all right. The next
awesome.
thing we have From Russia with Love and You Only Live Twice.
Oh, that's easy.
Oh, that's easy.
Yeah,
that's easy.
That's not hard.
It's real easy.
Okay, actually, I'm curious. Actually, okay. So From Russia with Love. Sorry, You Only Live Twice has the best Blofeld, in my opinion. Yes. Donald Pleasance's Blofeld is he is the definitive Blofeld. He is my favorite Blofeld. But From Russia with Love is an incredible masterpiece. Like, that's one of the Bond movies. So it's From Russia with Love.
Okay. I'm gonna have to disagree with that. From Russia with Love is one of Connery's best, I would say, from his run. Yeah, from Russia with Love.
Okay, I'll go. From Russia with Love is a masterpiece. It is one of Sean Connery's best. But You Only Live Twice just has so many memorable things. Blofeld, the Japanese setting. You know, it's like picking bananas with banana cream pie. It's really hard. Well, you know, okay. Look,
Chris, we see where you're trying to get at.
Yeah, you got what I was trying to get at. But anyway, I'm going to go with You Only Live Twice. I grew up watching that with my dad. It was fantastic. Russia with Love is fantastic too, but again, Evan's putting a gun to our heads. We have to pick something. I guess I'm going to pick the one that I grew up with again, and that is You Only Live Twice.
Okay, so that makes it 2 for From Russia with Love, I believe. And 1 for You Only Live Twice. Kristen.
From Russia with Love is the better one. So I will
all right, and also 2 From Russia with Love, but that didn't matter anyway. From Russia with Love wins.
Cool. All right, that is.
This is because
Kristen
you
wanna
made
give
the
her
wrong
reasoning?
choice, Chris Clark.
Wait, what's it?
I wanted to include in my top 5 one from Sean Connery. This is my favorite Sean Connery movie because it made my top 5. I pick it over the other one. So that's
All right. So
Fair enough.
So From Russia with Love was the winner. You Only Live Twice got knocked out, sadly. And then the next one we had is Tomorrow Never Dies versus The Casino Royale.
What? How am I supposed to do
Okay.
that?
Okay.
No, this is no
Okay.
contest.
This is my favorite Bond movie, Casino Royale, of course. Casino Royale is the movie that introduced me to James Bond. I love it. It is in my top 15 movies of all time, and it's just the perfect Bond movie in my eyes. So yeah, it's I love Tomorrow Never Dies. It's my second favorite Brosnan Bond movie, but Casino Royale wins this easily. So yeah, next one.
Doesn't win it as easy as everyone's expecting. But the problem, okay, Casino Royale is a great movie until about 2/3 of the way through, and then it doesn't become great anymore, and it just overstays its welcome. Whereas in Tomorrow Never Dies is one of the fun, like just action fun movies. But I gotta go Casino Royale because it is a better movie. Casino Royale.
This is difficult for me because this is my number 4 going up against my number 5. Casino Royale is fantastic. It is the Batman Begins of the Bond films. It sort of just reignited everything. Tomorrow Never Dies was my first Bond film. It is the reason why I'm into Bond. God, it's so hard. You know what? Because I think I know what the rest of the panel is going to choose, just be a little bit different, just for nostalgia's sake, I'm going to say Tomorrow Never Dies.
All right,
Matt.
that's fine.
Matt and nostalgia.
Good, Matt.
All right.
Well, I'm joining Matt in the nostalgia craze because this is the thing. Casino Royale is great, but it's a great movie. It doesn't feel like a Bond movie. It feels like a Christopher Nolan Batman Begins wannabe, in my opinion. Again,
fuck off.
Look, that's the entire Daniel Craig movie franchise for what I get at it. Tomorrow Never Dies. People don't realize the trilogy of GoldenEye, Tomorrow Never Dies, and Gold Is Not Enough. That's a solid Bond reboot trilogy. It's really solid. And Tomorrow Never Dies really picks up the pace where GoldenEye left off and gives you one of the best villain deaths ever, where Murdoch gets sucked into the fan or whatever happens to him. If you guys remember what happens to him. But yeah, Tomorrow Never Dies all the way to San Jose. That's what I
That's
say.
Terry Hatcher.
Right, Kristen,
which I had a crush on when
it's
I
a
was a
deciding
child.
vote on this one.
The correct answer is Casino Royale.
Thank you.
Okay, so I'll say what I want about the women in Bond, but I do think that Bond movies in general are very enjoyable. I mean, I've been watching them for a long time, and they are what they are. If I turn off my brain for a while, then I can enjoy them a lot more. When they rebooted Bond with Daniel Craig, I found myself relating to the female characters more, which is important for me because when people are unrealistic, it bothers me. But the female characters felt like they could exist in this world. They felt real. And I thought that the action was amazing. And also, it had a fantastic villain played by Mads Mikkelsen.
Yeah.
And if any movie can introduce me to Mads Mikkelsen, then it wins because he is like my favorite villain right now of all time. If you haven't watched Hannibal, do it. Go watch Hannibal right now.
All
Not
right.
in about
Now wins not
45 minutes.
as easy as we thought, though.
No, okay. The next match, the last one that we have in round 1, we have Skyfall, versus Live and Let Die.
That's a piece of cake.
Skyfall.
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 Damn you.
I really like Live and Let Die.
Yeah.
As a Paul McCartney fan, love that song. But Skyfall is awesome. It's to me, it's one of the best shot James Bond films, and I know as a film student fan, I pick up on that stuff. But I really also Judi Dench is amazing as M, and that being her last turn both sucks, but it's also awesome. So Skyfall.
It's one of those one. This is. Oh, sorry, Kristen.
Jacob doesn't want me to talk. It's okay. I don't.
Yeah, what's new?
How dare you, sir? Anyway, no, I agree. I think it's the best James Bond film from a filmmaking standpoint. I think it also has a really solid story. It also gives like a layer of character development to Bond that you don't get a lot. And I know a lot of people don't like that, you know, they made him like his name actually James Bond in the movie. Like, I know that's a critique from fans. But I kind of like that they give his character more depth and they make him into a human being instead of just this secret agent who can do everything and has all the cars and all the women. Like, I don't know, it just deepens his character for me. And Judi Dench is amazing, so it's Skyfall.
Thanks. Jacob, since you want to talk over Kristen, it's your turn to speak.
Whatever. Look, okay, the answer is Skyfall. However, that does a little bit of a discredit to Live and Let Die, which is an incredible Bond movie. So, like, yes,
This has been
Skyfall is the
happening a
answer,
lot.
but my God, Live and Let Die is amazing. And if you haven't seen Live and Let Die, it is incredible. It has one of the best Bond girls as well. So, yeah, it's Skyfall, but go see Live and Let Die.
All right, anyone else? Kees.
Yeah, because I am the only one who doesn't like Skyfall in the entire world. So Live and Let Die is.
No, my uncle.
I love Live and Let Die. I really think that is it's definitely the best Roger Moore Bond movie besides Spy Who Loved Me, of course, and of course Paul McCartney is great. That song is great, and I really like that movie, and I don't like Skyfall. So Live and Let Die as the only vote. I don't care.
Okay.
This is what sucks is that when we choose one of these other films, we're not saying Live and Let Die is a bad movie. It's
No.
just that's what I hate about this tournament because it's like people, the ones that we didn't choose, go and
We
see
still
them
like-
still
Most of the time.
for most.
It's funny.
All right,
too.
Chris.
It's funny too, Evan, that you put the two Bond films that have the two best theme songs against each other.
Yeah.
Because look,
Yeah,
you did
that's
that.
Oh no! No, piece of shit is so terrible. I fucking hate that song. Sorry,
Skyfall is so good.
Well,
Skyfall,
Can we
Skyfall is amazing.
Skyfall is a radio song.
Terrible.
Skyfall is a
Well-
radio song. You can hear it on the radio, and it does not faze you. Skyfall is
Let
a
me just say
fantastic song, Kees, and I will defend it every single day. Adele does a terrific job writing those lyrics. It fits into the Bond movie perfectly. I get that you hate that film, but you cannot hate that song. I am
No,
sorry.
I can't hate the song. I hate the song and I dislike the movie. But I absolutely
Look, it's-
fucking hate that song. And I can and I will hate that fucking song. And let me have my fucking opinion on that. Okay, Evan, continue.
Let me
Chris,
just
Chris Clark.
let me just say this though. Even though that they both have arguably the best songs, but
Thank you.
I have to go. I don't really like Live and Let Die that much. He has a cool villain and all, but I didn't find it nearly as enjoyable. Skyfall. Although I have my qualms with Casino Royale, Skyfall falls into the same boat. But I feel like between the two, Skyfall is the stronger film, has the better villain. And although it does feel like a Batman movie, it feels like a Batman movie. That's enough. That's enough for me. And yes, Skyfall all the way. I hate to be in the popular vote this time, but yeah, Skyfall.
All right.
Yes.
Well, that's it for round one. The survivors have been GoldenEye, The Spy Who Loves Me, World Is Not Enough, Casino Royale, From Russia with Love, The Living Daylights, Skyfall, and Goldfinger.
I just realized we have a round 2 of this, guys.
Yeah.
We'll have a round 3 too.
Aren't we glad?
Here we go. The
All
first one
right,
we have.
let's rip this Band-Aid off.
GoldenEye versus The Spy Who Loves Me.
Oh, fuck me.
This
I'm
is-
sorry. This is quick for
you.
me. GoldenEye.
Easy.
GoldenEye.
It's
My vote.
GoldenEye. I don't think we have to go through our reasons again, but
Yeah.
if we
No,
need
we
to.
don't.
I'm gonna
Okay,
say
we've-
GoldenEye.
We have 2
GoldenEye.
votes. Jacob.
It's GoldenEye, but I hate you all.
Kristen.
GoldenEye.
Okay. Yeah, I fucking hate this because this is my number 4 versus my number 2, but it's GoldenEye, so GoldenEye wins. Fuck.
You guys are hurt for this.
World is not enough on it. What you say?
This hurts you guys.
This really.
Yeah, no,
It
that-
does.
Joy?
When you
It
hit
does.
World is not enough versus Her Majesty's Secret Service, I almost wanted to throw something at the screen. This sucks. Yeah,
Did you,
this
Chris?
whole
We
thing
couldn't tell.
sucks.
We couldn't quite tell that you were annoyed with that matchup.
All right, the next one we have. This one's gonna kill a bunch of you. Skyfall versus Goldfinger.
Oh, that's
Oh.
easy. Goldfinger.
Wait,
Okay, that's a
Skyfall
vote.
versus Goldfinger?
Yeah.
Goldfinger.
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 The most iconic movie in the franchise.
All right, we have 2 votes for Goldfinger, and Jacob can't decide.
Jacob, you know what you need to
My vote's for
Oh.
Skyfall. It's my all-time favorite Bond movie.
Does Harvey
Okay.
get to vote?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna vote. Yeah,
Oh.
yeah,
Okay, Harvey.
yeah. Skyfall.
He's
Not
voting
good.
because he hasn't seen
seen
Goldfinger. He hasn't seen
It's okay,
Goldfinger.
That's
No,
right.
okay,
But that's
you can.
he prefers it. I think that's wrong because now he won't be able to vote for the rest of the whole thing.
He
Jacob,
didn't
what's
vote
your
in the
vote?
He's
first
voting
round.
for my movie.
Kristen,
in the first round.
Jacob, what's your vote?
Who's voted?
Okay, Kristen has voted for
Skyfall. We know what Case has voted for.
GoldenEye.
I said
GoldenEye is 2-1.
I'm going to
Goldfinger.
Jacob right
Goldfinger.
now because I see his face. Jacob, what are you voting for?
Skyfall.
Okay, so
Max,
it's 2-2,
the
and
tie.
no, I have to break the tie, and I will say Goldfinger.
Yes.
And I will easily say Goldfinger because I hate Skyfall. Thank you.
This is why I love you, Kate. This is why I love you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
I'm really disappointed because Skyfall is so good.
Goldfinger.
All right. Oh man, that one hurts. Okay. Jeez. Okay, the next one we have is World Is Not Enough versus Casino Royale.
World is not enough, dog. Yeah.
Well, it's not enough.
What? Oh, I hate all you guys. Kristen.
Oh.
Wow.
Casino Royale.
Okay.
You,
That's my second
Matt,
favorite Bond
Case.
movie.
Matt.
No case.
You're
What
gonna have
were
to
you voting
give
for?
me a second here.
Okay, it's easy. It's Casino Royale. So it's 2 versus 2. Matt, you have the deciding vote, and I fucking hate you already, I think.
God.
Nat, please.
Now you know how I feel last round. Case.
God.
Butt face.
World is not enough has Robbie Coltrane in it.
Well, it's not enough. It's a fun 90s movie.
Casino Royale has Mads Mikkelsen in it. Come on.
Mads Mikkelsen.
Casino Royale is boring.
Casino Royale is not boring.
I know. I'm trying to get a cool voice for him.
You guys don't understand. These are. Oh God. This is very difficult for me. I'm getting the vapors here, man.
Nat, they got rid of Skyfall. At least give me Casino Royale.
Yeah.
All right, listen. You know what? I love World Is Not Enough, Pierce Brosnan, but Kristen voted for License to Kill with me, so I will be there and go.
Thank you.
Pierce, I'm sorry. I'll watch Mamma
thank you.
Mia for you. I'll watch Mamma Mia for you, Pierce. I'm sorry.
Oh, don't watch
It's an amazing singer in my
Ah.
There, I said it.
Okay, thank you.
All right.
Next,
the
next match, Evan. Kill us,
next
please.
match. This is good. We have From Russia with Love versus The Living Daylights. We're gonna throw it over to Jacob first.
Living Daylights.
Jacob first.
It's Living Daylights. It's Living
Living
Daylights.
Daylights?
It's Living Daylights.
All
Matt,
right.
what did you say?
Matt, also Living Daylights.
Yeah,
That's 2-0.
forever.
Kristen.
This is actually the hardest choice so far.
It is.
I'm gonna stick with From Russia with Love.
All
Ooh.
right.
Chris Clark.
That is 2-1. Chris.
Russia. You gotta go with
From
Russia.
Russia with Love. All right.
All right.
Oh,
And
fuck.
then we need
Fuck.
one more. All right, Case.
Stop
This is
putting
this.
yourself
kills-
last.
Case. It's down to Case.
It
It's down
kills
to
me.
Case.
It kills me. It's the Living Daylights, though.
Ooh.
I think we've all have had or will have the round in which we freaking hate Evan for doing this to us.
I've had
Mine-
that already.
We're having a great time. Don't lie to me. You
The
guys are having a
whole
Oh
time.
no,
fantastic
Evan,
time.
we're having an amazing time. I still hate you for
We-
making
we
me choose
still-
between
Yeah,
those
it's
two.
true. We still hate
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
You have
All
no
right.
idea
Alright.
how much.
We are now in the semifinals, and the movies that have lasted are Golden Eye, Casino Royale, The Living Daylights, and Goldfinger. So are they, and just before we move on, is there anything that sticks out to you guys that like?
No. This is,
No,
No.
these all deserve to be here.
Yeah.
All right.
I hate all of you, but like I hate that I'm doing this to myself.
Yes,
I agree, Jacob, 100%.
Yes.
The first one that we
Who,
got here.
who still
we
has
have-
their first choice in there?
I do, Goldfinger.
Yeah, I have my
Goldfinger.
top 3.
Oh, why are we
Wow,
getting all his
Kees.
choices?
My top 3 is in it still.
I don't
Evan,
know.
I can't deal with this.
Wow. All right. Well, here we go. The first match: GoldenEye versus Casino Royale.
Oh,
GoldenEye.
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 It's golden.
It is
It's golden.
GoldenEye.
It's GoldenEye.
GoldenEye.
Is that
okay.
unanimous?
So it's 3 GoldenEye. That basically already means
Yeah.
that
I
it
mean,
would.
the answer,
However,
the answer is still Casino Royale.
Kristen and I will definitely vote
Yes.
for Casino Royale because
Am I
it's
right?
definitely
Yeah.
yeah. We
No,
love
because
his
we're
Yeah,
movies.
missing
why are we
GoldenEye.
Poor Harvey.
He hasn't. Okay, but it's
Harvey
He
hasn't seen
No.
You guys haven't seen the
Nice.
movies. Wow, you guys. Wow, I'm surprised GoldenEye got through that quickly. All right.
I am too.
Yeah.
It's
If you
not
saw
bad.
it, you wouldn't be surprised, Evan. If you saw
Alright,
it,
the
you
next-
wouldn't be
Now,
The next two.
okay,
The next two are The Living Daylights versus Goldfinger.
yeah.
Goldfinger.
God damn it. God damn
The
it.
most iconic movie, Goldfinger.
Our final two are going to be gold and gold. Let's just get it fucking
Yeah.
over with.
I know.
Yeah.
Scott.
All
It
right.
should be
yeah,
Living
No, but-
Daylights, but it's golden.
Jacob, what do you vote?
I picked Living Daylights, but
All right.
it's not going to get through.
Chris said Goldfinger.
Yep.
All right, Case.
Yeah, no. Okay, I say Goldfinger.
Goldfinger. Matt.
If Goldfinger beats my favorite movie, then it will make the finals.
Matt.
But then my movie lost to a good movie.
I'll go with Goldfinger.
All right.
wins.
Okay, so before we go into the title match, to even build more suspense, we are doing the 3 and 4 losers match.
What?
No!
Versus the Living
Here we go.
Daylights.
Oh,
Living
Living
Daylights.
Daylights. Living Daylights.
Casino Royale.
Casino Royale.
I'm going to
Chris?
say Casino Royale.
Thank
Chris!
you.
Whoa! What?
Yes.
Yes!
Wow.
Thank you. All right.
Wow,
Turn of
Chris.
events.
I hate Timothy Dalton,
Friends
guys.
anymore.
And
Casino
Wow.
Royale is
third.
3. Thank you.
The
I'll
guy.
take 3.
Oh,
Wow.
okay.
Nice. Very impressive. I like that. All right. Well, the finals that you guys love to hate. GoldenEye versus Goldfinger. We're gonna start
Okay,
it out
All right.
we're gonna start it out with Matt. Give your reason
GoldenEye.
for why you're voting.
GoldenEye is my favorite Bond film.
Okay.
GoldenEye.
GoldenEye.
All right. Case.
Yeah, GoldenEye. It's my second favorite, and Goldfinger is my third favorite. So there you go.
Wow. Kristen.
GoldenEye, because it's my 4th favorite.
Oh, GoldenEye wins.
Wow. Jacob, just for consolidation, or if it's called.
Because
Commiseration
it's gone.
for the loser.
Am I really the only one voting for this?
Chris.
As much
I feel
okay,
like-
it's oh, sorry, it's Goldfinger because, and here's my only reason. The only reason I can actually say that it's Goldfinger is because I'm going, who was the better Bond? And that is Sean Connery.
I
That's
will
Goldfinger.
fight you on that anytime, any day, Jacob.
Look, the argument between Goldfinger and GoldenEye has been going on for a while. Which one is the absolute greatest? GoldenEye reinvented everything about James Bond in the 90s and pretty much reinvented it for the Craig series. Goldfinger was iconic for its own reasons and reinvented the franchise in its own way. GoldenEye is a funner movie. Goldfinger is a more iconic one. I'm going to go with Goldfinger, but GoldenEye is such a good movie regardless, but I'm going with Goldfinger, even though it doesn't matter.
What a tight finale there, as we have GoldenEye barely edging out Goldfinger. As number 4 was Living Daylights, number 3, Casino Royale, number 2, Goldfinger, and number 1, GoldenEye.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and some people, you guys might have had the GoldenEye and choosing GoldenEye there. That was a very rough transition into our next game.
No more with the puns. No more with
We're
the
doing the same game that we did yesterday, last week, which is the IMDb round.
Yay!
But we have someone who's been here a while, and we're actually beating an IMDb round versus me. No, we went to tiebreaker. Sorry, Harvey Dryer's here to play the IMDb game with us as well. So
The inventor
the inventor of the Schmodown.
of the
And
the inventor of the IMDb round.
of the IMDb round. So Chris Clark, because you are furthest left on my screen, you will be going first.
I'm going first?
Yes.
Give me 1 second. I have it right here. All right, cool. You guys ready?
Yeah.
Never.
Yeah.
All right, cool. The year is 1986. The genre is musical.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay.
Keywords are murder,
Yes.
gas, and space.
What?
I'm sorry, murder.
Murder,
Give
gas.
it all again, please.
Okay. The year is 1986. The genre is musical. The 3 keywords are murder, gas, and space.
Is anyone a lock?
I can't be. It's
I have
not
a
one.
couple- I have a
It's
couple
I'm a
options,
lock.
but I
It's
don't.
not Top Gun, so I can't be a lock.
Jacob's
Oh.
locked.
All right, Jacob is the lock. The rest isn't. Next 2.
No.
Okay, next 2. Green and meek.
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 How do you spell that?
M-E-E-K.
What
M
is this BS?
M or N?
I
M or
guess
N?
I'm locked.
Chris, is it M or N?
Oh, it's M-E-E-K.
All right, I have to look that word up because my English sucks.
Do you want me to give you another keyword?
No. I have to look up the definition
Okay,
of
cool.
meek.
It's like humble or
Oh my! I can't believe this. I'm a lock.
I'm locked. I should have locked at the last
Matt just
one.
got
I
it.
don't
Matt
know
just
why
got it.
I did it.
Yeah, I'm a
Um,
lock.
The one keyword really threw me off, honestly.
Okay, last keyword.
Last keyword is supper time.
Yeah, I can't believe
Yep.
I was in the lock
Yep.
at 5.
What?
Yep.
God.
I have a guess, but if it's the movie that it is, then those are really bad keywords.
How is it probably a bad keyword?
That's the whole point of
That's
IMDb.
kind of the-
Evan.
yeah. not supposed to
Um,
John
I can
Selby
tell you
knows
what-
all about bad keywords for IMDb.
I have no clue.
I have
Me
a
neither.
guess.
I
And
know.
If it is what it
I
is,
know
I'm
what
Alright.
it
really
is.
disappointed.
I am 100% sure I know what it is.
Yeah,
Three?
same here, 100%.
3,
It's this, isn't it?
3, 2, 1. Little Shop of
Little
Horrors.
Shop.
Little shop,
Yeah,
little
Little
shop
Shop
of
of
horrors.
I've
Evan,
never.
what was the keyword that you were disappointed in?
God's sake.
I don't think Humble at all resembles that film.
The meek
He-
shall inherit.
He's a meek. He's a meek store owner. It says it in the description
And
of
it's
the
in the
movie.
lyrics of the song. The meek shall inherit.
Oh,
Space.
should've
Being
known
green
that.
mother from
Really
outer
should've
space.
known
Honestly,
that.
space got me. I was like thinking space, like
Yeah.
outer space.
The last song, the plant is from outer space. Yeah.
Yep, I know.
Shut up,
after-
Jacob.
Yep, we're
I got
good.
one.
Was that bad?
I had
How many
no
points?
idea.
Should've guessed it
That was a
in
movie that existed.
Okay.
Who's
good one.
next?
All right, Jacob London, the Aussie.
The Aussie's next, Aussie. That was Scottish. Wow, that was bad.
Wow.
All right.
offensive.
The year is 1983. The genre is adventure, biopic, and drama. Words are rocket, astronaut, and Air Force.
Oh no.
Plot
I
keywords?
nailed it.
Wait, what were plot keywords again?
Rocket, astronaut, and Air Force.
I have a guess. You know
What
what?
is it
Because I'm not gonna get it on
called?
you. I'm locking.
I am not.
I don't think I can yet. I think I need to go to 3.
I need 2 more.
Evan, if you've actually heard of this movie, I will be so impressed.
All
What
right.
is it?
Anyone a lock?
I'm locked. Evan is.
Evan locked.
Evan is a lock.
Okay,
Yeah.
next.
Evan's somehow locked. All right. Next 2 plot keywords are NASA and men.
All right, I'm a lock.
What is this
No!
called?
I know exactly. Oh, I know what it is.
Oh wait. Okay. Hold on.
It could be wrong.
I'll lock.
I need 1 more keyword.
Yeah, me too.
And the last keyword is first men.
Wait, what were
God!
what were the last 2 keywords?
NASA and it's NASA and men, and then the first keyword is first men. I can
Sorry.
change that for okay.
Yeah,
I'll change it to orbit. All right, I'll change the the last keyword is orbit.
Okay, yeah, I
What?
think I got the movie correct.
What?
I maybe.
Last keyword is orbit.
How do you spell that?
Orbit, like orbit.
O-R-B-I-T.
Oh,
Orbit.
Like
That-
we go around
that
the sun
doesn't
and
help.
orbit.
I know this film.
I think I got it right.
I don't got it.
Evan, you're
No.
gonna kick yourself.
I've got no idea what
Oh
it is.
no, I know what it is. I wrote down the
Wait.
wrong thing.
Can I say what I think it is? Is
All right. Hang
Are
on,
we
wait.
done?
So everyone's all good. All right.
Yeah,
What's everyone got?
I don't
the
got
right
It's
stuff?
The
Apollo
right
11.
stuff?
I wrote down Air
The
Force
right
One.
stuff?
Well done. It's the right stuff.
Woo!
It's the right stuff.
Hey!
Never mind. I was wrong.
Apollo 11?
The
Apollo
companion
11
piece.
is.
Apollo 11, you're 12 years too early.
Also,
Too
you're
late,
thinking
sorry.
of Apollo 13 with Tom
Yeah.
Hanks.
Yeah, that one.
That was
Well,
in
moving on.
Yeah.
Kristen, you're up.
Okie dokie. All right, so mine's also from the 80s. So 1984. The genres are biopic, drama, and history. Your first 3 plot keywords are death, jealousy, and obsession.
Oh, for
Yeah, I'm gonna
God's sake.
Sorry, I missed
What?
the keyword. I missed the keywords.
Okay, yep. Death, jealousy, and obsession.
Can you give it all again?
No. 1984. Biopic, drama, and history. Death, jealousy, and obsession.
I'm gonna need to go to 3.
Wait, I'm a lock. I
Hang
think.
on, I'm still thinking.
All right.
Okay. We're just waiting on Jacob.
Oh, fuck. I'm a lock.
Yeah,
Okay,
I was thinking
so-
you should.
I'm probably gonna
Everyone
keep
else can
myself.
get the next 2.
Yeah.
The next 2 are talent and wig.
Yeah. Thank you.
Oh, I know what this is.
Wig.
I'm a lock.
Let's go.
Yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna
Good.
take a guess on this.
I need one more.
So I'm a
What?
lock.
Anyone is
You
not
keep
locked?
yourself.
Who
I'm
who
not
else?
locked.
Who's not
I need
locked?
one more.
Evan is? And
All
Harvey.
right.
Okay.
Your last keyword is composer.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, there we go.
No, I got that wrong.
This is
Years are
fantastic.
all- God damn it.
Also, it's a great pop song from
Mhm.
80s as well.
I don't know. I can't even guess.
You guys ready?
Dr. Seuss.
All
I'm
right,
ready.
you guys ready? The answer is Amadeus.
Amadeus.
Yeah, I might use it.
Yes, Amadeus.
I said Tootsie. I don't know. I have no idea why.
Tootsie was
It's a good movie.
pretty sure.
I don't know. I had my years off from it. I
All right,
probably
Matthew.
came out in 86.
Matthew Kearns, you're up next. God,
I am up.
Yeah.
All right. All right. So your year is 1997. Your genre, Your genres are crime, drama, and thriller.
Whoa! Sorry.
And your first 3 plot keywords are corruption, faked death, and sheriff.
Sorry. What were the genres I was being barked at?
Crime, drama, and thriller.
Plot keywords again.
Yep. Corruption, faked death, and sheriff.
I'm gonna need 2 more.
Ooh.
I'm gonna need 2 more.
I'm going to lock, actually.
Sorry, repeat the plot keywords, and then I missed the first one.
Corruption, faked death, and sheriff.
Yeah, I'm going to lock for that, I think.
I'm a lock.
Jacob is a lock. Is everyone okay with me moving to the next 2?
Yeah.
Yes, I will need 2 more. Thank you.
All right. So the next 2 plot keywords are internal affairs and New Jersey.
Fuck. I've got this wrong. I'm
Yeah,
pretty
that's
sure.
a bit. Yeah, that's wrong. I think mine's wrong.
That's fucked me.
No, I might need 1 more. I don't want to guess because I want to.
I also
Yeah,
need one
I'm
more.
gonna need 1 more, Matt.
I think
Sorry.
I know it, but I'd rather have.
Okay. Is everyone okay with moving to the last one?
Yes.
All right. And the last plot keyword is deaf ear.
What?
What?
Yeah,
Deaf?
like you're deaf in an ear.
Oh, definitely.
Ah.
Oh, deaf ear.
Yeah.
They said deaf ear, and I'm like,
No. Yeah.
This is wrong. This is so
All right,
wrong. But
It's still a guess, but yeah.
this is so wrong.
I got nothing.
it's a deaf wish 3.
All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. One of my favorite
LA
films of all time.
Land?
That's what I was
Copland.
gonna say.
Copland.
Fuck.
Copland. One of my
Never
favorite
seen it.
films.
I thought you said
Great.
LA Confidential. That's what I was gonna say.
I
It
thought it was
sound-
LA
I thought it-
Confidential.
Same.
I was in
When he said
between
when he
both.
said sheriff and it's
Yeah, I was in between the 2 because of the years.
Stallone is the sheriff of Copland.
Harvey, you're up. That hurt.
What?
Who's up?
Harvey.
Harvey.
Okay.
Harvey.
Did you use pen and paper this time?
Now I've got it on my computer. It's fine. It's fine. So, the year is 1973.
What is it with you guys in old films? Can we have something from the 2000s, please?
No.
The genres are drama. Okay, the genres are drama, horror, and thriller. And the plot keywords are where are they? Oh, okay. Here we go. Grieving, Venice, Italy.
Wait, you cut out.
you
What?
cut out.
Oh,
Yeah.
so wait, what is it?
Keywords.
Just do the plot
Keywords.
keywords.
Yeah, just do the keywords.
Grieving, Venice, Italy. This is brilliant. Cowgirl sex position.
What?
I'm a lock. I'm a lock at 5.
What?
Oh, dickhead. Yeah, I'm a lock.
Cowgirl sex
I am
position.
not at all.
Does your mother know that you're using words like that?
What kind of pizza movie is
watched
it?
the
You
film
are
with
too young to be using those kinds of words, sir.
He is 15.
The fact that he laughed, the fact that he laughed because he said it just illustrates how young he is.
It does. No, that's fine. If you hadn't laughed, I think it would have been less agreeable. Okay, I
I'm
need
gonna
2
need
more.
2 more sex position things.
And the quote of the night goes to
Okay, people, I always ask myself, why don't we get, like, Schmoes Know numbers? I think that's why. Because I don't think the Schmoes Know has ever had a quote like that on their live show.
Okay, did you watch the Schmodown today at Mark's comment about throats?
Oh my god.
Hey, keep
It was a pretty deep
professional.
comment.
Keep it professional. You're terrible. You're terrible. You're
I don't want to
terrible.
get the game that we're playing.
Okay, I need 2 more plot keywords, please.
Say.
I've got plenty of other things. I need plot keywords.
Okay. Oh, you're gonna love these. Actually, let's not do any more sex stuff. I've got 4 more sex ones. I'm gonna skip those.
Oh my god.
Church and premonition.
I don't know this.
Movie
Did I
is-
know this?
I think I got it.
Yeah, I'm never gonna get this, even if you give me 1,000 keywords, all the cast, all the crew.
I need the last
have
one.
not
If you give
okay.
the
heard of
last
this.
plot keyword
Whatever.
is cast member, I might have a chance.
Just get
Am I
it
allowed to
over
do
with.
that?
Last keyword,
No.
please.
No.
Last
Just do
keyword.
Oh my God.
Okay. Let's go with. Oh yeah, stray cat. That's a good one, actually.
Yeah, I don't even know.
I might have gotten it wrong.
I think
Okay.
I think I've got
5, 4,
I don't know.
3,
Yes.
2, 1. Does anybody think they're a lock?
This
No.
guy did.
Oh, there's no one. Is it?
the last one.
What's the movie?
I got a big fat 0.
Don't look now.
Oh, I
I
said The
said
Exorcist.
The Omen. I said The Omen because
What?
of Italy.
Now.
What was the movie?
Don't
Don't
look
look
now.
now.
I said The Exorcist, but I don't
Did anyone
remember.
get that one?
I never heard of that movie.
Donald Sutherland.
You
Then it's
seriously
Italy,
got that? Yeah, it's Donald Sutherland.
Then it's
First
Italy.
nudity
got
ever
me.
in
Yeah, fuck.
Huh.
nudity ever in film.
Never heard
Jacob,
about
why
it.
do you know that?
Like
You creep.
because I know film history.
Yeah, I'm sure you know
Film
from history when it
history.
has to do with reverse cowgirl position.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Case,
It wasn't reversed, it was just
Learn,
cowgirl.
okay.
Who's next?
You are.
Oh yay! Here we go
Damn
then.
it.
The year is
You
1997.
gotta be kidding me!
How does
Oh,
it feel?
it's 97. It's the 90s, you twat. All right, 1997. The genres are action, adventure, and sci-fi.
Jeez.
And the first 3 plot keywords are Federation, Jealousy, and Outpost.
Doesn't even matter because it's a freaking.
Oh, I'm a lock.
Wait,
Are
wait,
you?
wait. I
Yes.
know this one. I think
No, it-
I
Okay.
am locked.
yeah,
Um,
I'm a lock. I'm a lock.
anyone?
It's not this
I'm
one.
locked.
Anyone in?
So
Give me a second. 1, 2, 3.
Alright, I'll be a lock, I guess.
I
I'm
can't
gonna lock,
spell
but
it.
I don't know if you guys are gonna count my answer.
I swear to God, if it is
guys,
not this
is-
movie, I will be so mad.
Anyone needs to repeat of everything, or can I just
No.
move on to the next keywords?
I don't think we need them, do we?
I don't
No,
Who's-
Evan.
Who's
No,
not?
I'm good. I'm locked. I just
Oh,
hope you guys
Is
accept me
everyone a
until-
lock at this point?
I'm
Harvey,
I
did
think
you
so.
lock?
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. Okay.
Matt locked?
that-
Matt
that-
locked.
all right. Then we'll see. The next 2 were infantry and female pilot, and the last
No.
keyword was
Oh.
insects, and the movie was Starship Troopers.
Troopers.
Is it 5? Is it Star Trek 5?
Insurrection.
No, it's
Starship
Starship
No,
Troopers.
Starship
I was
Troopers.
thinking Men in Black.
Oh my
I was thinking Men in Black.
I love Starship
Dumbass.
Troopers.
Many blacks. Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking
Damn it,
Men in
Jacob,
Black.
you dumber.
Wait, Jacob, what did you say?
I put insurrection.
That
I
was
said
98.
insurrection too. I've said insurrection.
That was
Yeah,
98.
Many Black was 98 as well.
No,
Who
Men
else
in
got
Black
I thought
was
insurrection.
97. Men in Black was 97.
Did anyone else get it right?
I got insurrection. That's what I thought it was.
Yeah, I got Starship Troopers.
Thank you. It's a
Alright.
great
Men in Black
movie.
count.
Go
Time
watch it.
out. I think Men in Black
That was
doesn't
97.
count.
Why?
Reread the plot keywords.
Federation.
Federation's one that.
Federation.
No.
Which
It's-
is the name of the government.
No.
Okay, Federation, Jealousy, and Outpost. I'm sorry,
Yes.
Men in Black and Outpost.
That's
Well,
okay.
I
There's a
just thought
farm
of
in Men in
Earth.
Black.
Okay, listen. I just thought of Earth. I thought
I know.
I thought it was
All right, Evan, you're the last one.
All right, here we go.
All right,
Something that's actually possible. A-holes.
Okay.
All right.
Jesus,
Here,
Evan.
it's 2011. Your plot keywords are action,
No,
adventure.
genres, action,
Your
adventure.
genres are action, adventure, and sci-fi. And your plot keywords are idealism, self-destruct, and scientists.
I know it. I got it locked.
I'm gonna need 3 more.
Yeah, I'm
Sorry,
gonna-
what's the first one?
Okay, first 3 plot keywords are idealism, self-destruct, and scientist.
Yeah, I'm gonna need 3 more.
I think I need 2 more.
I need 2 more, bro.
Idealism, self-destruct, and scientist.
Yes.
Yeah, unlocked.
I'm locked.
I did what the?
All right, who needs 2 more?
Yeah,
I
did.
please.
All right,
Yeah, just 2 more.
your next 2 are courage and Nazi.
No,
Yeah,
you're not
there you
right.
go.
Oh,
Nazi,
for
damn
God's
it.
I'm sorry.
sake.
I got it.
Wait. Say that
I
again.
got it.
I didn't
Courage and Nazi.
I got it.
Nazi?
I got it.
What? You know, really? Courage and Nazi? Can you read it all through again?
All right.
I'm
Oh,
sorry.
come
Oh
on.
my gosh, I'm glad I waited.
Fuck off, Case.
Don't we all know it now, though?
No, seriously,
No,
Matt, you're
hear it
Matt, you're
again.
gonna kill yourself when you hear it.
Do you
You're-
Let me
know,
hear it
Matt?
again.
Jesus.
I need to just hear it all again.
Okay.
Hey, all of you, this is important. Your year is 2011. Your plot keyword, your genres are action, adventure, and sci-fi. This thing is going off the rails. And your plot keywords are idealism, self-destruct, scientist, courage, and Nazi.
It's throwing me off.
So
It's
who
not-
all is locked right now?
It's
Yeah,
2011?
I was locked from the first
I
time.
was locked, yeah.
5.
It's 2011, you said?
Yeah.
2011.
Yep.
Chris,
Gonna hit yourself.
I need 1 more. Oh, okay, Jacob. All right. I
Oh.
need 1
You
more.
are-
I'm
you are-
good.
Seriously?
I'm locked.
All right.
Okay, what's the last one?
The last plot keyword is tesseract.
Wait. No, I think is the year wrong for that?
That's 2011.
No,
that
the
came out
year's right.
2011.
All right.
The year is right.
The
Yeah.
year's right.
I'm pretty
There's
sure.
3 movies that use the Tesseract, and one of them was in 2011.
All right.
Two of them
Actually, another one as well, but the rest
You
of them-
technically could use this for the other one, but you know.
You could
Whatever.
technically
I got
use
1
the other
point
one.
for this one.
All right.
Yeah.
Reveal your answers because this
Captain
is
America,
actually
the
the
first
America.
America, the first Avenger.
Wait, Matt, what did you put?
Captain America: The First
Thank
Avenger.
God. So with that being said, we're gonna-
I thought that was
scores.
2010,
Alex.
and that's why.
all right, Chris Clark, what was your score?
I had like 5. I didn't keep
I
count. I
had
lost.
7.
Jacob London, what was your score?
Dane.
15. Kristen Smith, what was your score?
15.
All right, the first Avenger, Matthew Kearns, what was your score?
7. Fuck you.
All right,
Ryan.
the creator of this round, Harvey Dreyer, what was your round?
8.
Score? 8. Case?
10.
10. So we had 2 tied at 15, which was.
Ooh, should we have
Jacob
a
and Kristen.
tiebreaker?
Christian and
Should we have a
Kristen and
tiebreaker just
Marco.
for them?
Here, all right, here's your tiebreaker.
I have another.
I have another one too.
I don't want to do a tiebreaker. I'm
Oh.
fine tying for free.
All right, we'll keep it tied. You know what? We will keep it tied just to keep everybody happy. And yeah, but we're already off.
I thought that was 2010. That's why I wasn't thinking.
Iron Man 2 was 2010.
All right.
Yeah,
Well,
Yeah,
The
all right.
sci-fi thing really freaked
I have
me
been
out.
waiting for a week to make this announcement. Next Friday, we've kind of spilled it already, but we haven't like officialized it then. But I can say
That's
confidently
not a word.
that we are going to be having Robert Meyer Burnett on this show, talking about things that he has done behind the scenes for a surplus of films like Spider-Man, one of my favorites, X2, a bunch of Lord of the Rings films. You name it, he's probably done the behind the scenes for, and his own film, Star Trek Enterprise. We'll be talking about the Schmodown with
Free
him.
Enterprise.
There will be a Free Enterprise. There will be a post for you guys to file in all of your questions for him. Schmodown, special content and things like that. Jacob, tell us about your show that you're starting up.
Tomorrow, guys, we are going to be doing our first live. It won't be. Sorry, we're going to do our first Reactors recap. So Reactors Summit, where we're just going to look at this week in Schmodown, talk about what's going on in the world of Schmodown, and we are hopefully going to have some kick-ass guests. It will be up for you. It will go live probably on Monday afternoon. Also,
As you
next
can.
week, we are watching 3 hours with Robert Meyer Burnett of Watch Along, and tomorrow we are also doing Shawshank Redemption right here at 3 Productions at 8:30 Eastern Standard Times. Remember, also, we have the Middle-earth Watch-Along coming up in just under a month. The charity event is live now. We've had some amazing donations from you guys. Thank you so much for it. But keep donating, and hopefully by the time that we start this on the 1st of September, we can be doing massive numbers and we can really help these sick kids. So thanks, guys, and yeah.
All right. Yeah, I just anything else that we need to plug in, just watch our reactions. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. Thank you for 500 subs. I'm going to be wrapping up the video. I know. I'm just thank you real quick. I actually am thank you guys very much for the 1,000 views on their Dark Tower review. That was a painful 2 hours to get that up. It was very fun to do indeed. And so let's start wrapping things up. Our guest, Chris Clark. Where can the good kids find you on the tweets?
You can find me on Twitter at ChrisClark8788, and you can find me on YouTube at No Man's Land Entertainment.
All right, Harvey Dreyer, creator of this freaking thing, and he's finally back in his Ron Weasley self. Where can people find you?
Oh god, my Twitter handle is
At Ron Weasley.
no, it's not actually. It's at Harv Dryer 1. Yeah, that's
Just look up Harvey Dreyer on Twitter, and if we're following him, it's probably him.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna follow random Harvey Dreyer.
All right, Jacob London, the man who probably has the worst internet connection in the world because he lives across the world. How are you doing? The champ, according to
you guys can find me on. You guys can just find me online at Jacob London on Twitter, Facebook, everywhere, pretty much.
And yes, I was opening up that bag of worms. Kees, where can the good people find you?
I am the Dutch Movie Guy on YouTube and at Dutch Movie Guy on Twitter.
Okay, cool. Kristen Smith, where can people find you?
Twitter, Instagram, Stardust, random other things. Smith_K10, the number and not the word.
Cool. And she actually got to talk to Mark Ellis, and it was a very funny conversation. Matthew Kearns, where can the people find you?
You guys can find me at Kearns_Matthew on Twitter, MattMovie611 on YouTube, and the Movie Fandom Show every other Wednesday on Take 3 Productions, and we'll be back probably in 2 weeks.
With that being said, I am very happy to say that was a good show that we did. We talked about something that I had no clue about, but you guys fought it out and very hard. You guys can find me at EvanDeGraff15 on the Twitter. And that's it for today. For Chris Clark, for Jacob London, for Kristen Smith, for Matthew Kearns, for Harvey Dreyer, and for Kees Cornelissen. Take care.